Getting an AI to be helpful but not harmful, it's like this super delicate dance. One wrong move, and the AI either blurts out something it shouldn't or it gets so worried about messing up that it just refuses to talk. It's a huge headache in AI safety. But what if you could teach two AIs to perform this dance together? Perfectly. Okay, let's get into it. So that's the big question, right? Can we actually have our cake and eat it too? Can we build an AI that's genuinely useful, that gives you what you need without getting tricked into saying something awful, and also without clamming up the second you ask a question that's even a little bit out there? Well, a brand new paper called The Alignment Waltz has a really fascinating take on this. All right, so here's the plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the problem, what I'm calling AI's awkward dance. Then we'll meet the elegant solution, the alignment waltz. We'll dig into the details of how it actually works, check out some seriously impressive results, and then wrap up by talking about why this is such a big deal for AI. Okay, let's set the stage. At the very heart of AI safety, there's this constant push and pull between two ways things can go wrong. So on one side of the dance floor, you've got unsafe responses. This is when someone uses a clever prompt, we call it an adversarial attack, to basically trick the AI into bypassing its own safety rules. On the other side, you've got over-refusal. This is what happens when you make the AI so paranoid about safety that it won't answer totally innocent questions. Like asking, how do I crack a joke? And it flags the word crack. And here's the problem. The more you try to fix one, you usually make the other one way worse. So what's the usual fix for this? Well, it's kind of like hiring a bouncer for the dance. You stick a second AI, a safeguard model, on top of the first, and its job is super simple. Just say yes or no. If it smells anything, even slightly risky in the response, it just blocks the whole thing. It's a really blunt tool, and as you can guess, it often just makes the over-refusal problem a whole lot worse. It basically just stops the dance. And this is where this new paper changes the game. Instead of a clumsy bouncer, it introduces a graceful dance partner. The whole idea is just a beautiful metaphor. Instead of looking at AI safety as a fight or a constant battle of filtering things out, these researchers see it as a coordinated dance. They call their framework Waltz RL, and it's all built around this idea of two AIs learning to work together in perfect harmony. So who are the dancers in this waltz? Well, first, you have the conversation agent. That's the main AI, the one you're actually talking to. Its partner is the feedback agent. And you can think of this one as a really good dance instructor. Its job isn't to stop the music and yell. No, its job is to watch the main AI and quietly offer little suggestions to improve its moves, making the whole performance safer and way more helpful. And this points to a really fundamental shift in thinking. See, most systems with multiple AIs are set up like a competition, a zero-sum game where if one AI wins, the other has to lose. But Waltz RL is different. It's designed as a positive-sum game. They aren't rivals, they're partners. They both get rewarded when they work together to create a final response that's both safe and helpful. They literally win together. Okay, so collaboration sounds fantastic, but how do you actually teach two AIs to do this? Let's get into the choreography. It's this really clever two-step process. In the first stage, they freeze the conversation agent. It doesn't learn anything just yet. They only train the feedback agent, the instructor, on how to spot unsafe answers and over-refusals and how to give really solid advice. Then, once the instructor is an expert, they move to stage 2, collaborative alignment. Now both AIs are learning together. The conversation agent learns how to take feedback, and the feedback agent learns how to give even better feedback. They evolve together, just like real dance partners. But wait, how do you know if the instructor is giving good advice? This is the secret sauce. It's called the Dynamic Improvement Reward, or DIR. See, the feedback agent doesn't get rewarded just for saying something. It gets rewarded based on how much its feedback actually improved the final answer. The system literally measures the quality before and after the feedback, and the reward is the difference. It's a simple but brilliant idea that forces the instructor to give genuinely useful advice. So let's picture it. Let's see how this whole dance plays out when you actually talk to the AI. You type in a prompt, the conversation agent comes up with a first draft of an answer. Now the feedback agent is silently watching. If the answer is perfectly fine, it does nothing. You get your answer instantly. But if it spots a potential problem, a safety issue, or an over-refusal, then it steps in, offers a correction, and the conversation agent creates a brand new, better response. The instructor only steps in when they're actually needed. It's incredibly efficient.
All right, so the theory is beautiful, the choreography sounds amazing, but does it actually work on the dance floor? Oh boy, do the results speak for themselves.
First up, safety. The researchers threw a bunch of tricky prompts at these models, prompts specifically designed to break them. The standard model, it failed and gave an unsafe response over 26% of the time. But the Waltz model, get this, it failed only 3.7% of the time. That is a massive, massive improvement.
Okay, but here's the million-dollar question, right? Did making it safer just make it more annoying and overly cautious? Nope, not at all. In fact, it's the complete opposite. When they tested it with perfectly safe questions, the old model wrongly refused to answer almost 26% of the time. The Waltz RL model cut that all the way down to just 7.6%. It got safer and less frustrating at the same time. It actually broke the trade-off. And if you need one number to really blow your mind, look at this. On one of the absolute hardest test datasets out there, called Wild Jailbreak, the success rate of attacks just plummeted from 39% all the way down to 4.6%. I mean, that is a jaw-dropping improvement. So, the numbers are incredible. But what does this all mean for the big picture, for the future of AI? This is where it gets really, really cool. This quote from the paper just says it all. That phrase, lifting the Pareto front, is a fancy way of saying they didn't just have to choose between safety and usefulness. They found a way to get more of both. They made the AI better at being harmless and better at being helpful all at once. They broke the old limits. So when you boil it all down, this research gives us three massive contributions. First, a totally new way to think about AI safety, one based on collaboration instead of just blocking. Second, a powerful new tool, that dynamic improvement reward, to actually train AIs to collaborate well. And third, and maybe most importantly, it shows us that the battle between helpfulness and harmlessness, it might not be a battle at all. It might just be a problem waiting for a more elegant solution.
And speaking of giving good feedback, our own little feedback agent here has been analyzing this video, and it's generated a suggestion. It seems that subscribing to VibeDoc provides a significant dynamic improvement reward for your curiosity. So, don't over-refuse. The button's right there.
And that really leaves us with one final, pretty big thought, doesn't it? This research shows two artificial intelligences learning a complex cooperative dance to achieve a goal better than either one could on its own. It's an amazing proof of concept for AI collaboration. So the question is, if we can teach our machines to cooperate this well, what could they eventually teach us? Thanks for watching.